taking your life into your own hands when you take these things. It's exaggerated.
Dr. Norm Faust is a bioethicist and a pediatrician at the University of Wisconsin. A graduate of Princeton University, he has a medical degree from Yale and a master's from Harvard.
There are plenty of doctors I could find who would say point blank, they cause liver cancer, they cause heart problems, infertility. What's wrong with what these doctors are saying?
What's wrong with Dick Cheney saying there are weapons of mass destruction? I mean, it's just wrong, that's all. You show me the beef. That is, we want to see some data or some evidence.
There's no data, no evidence in your mind to support any of these health risks?
There are some health risks for sure. I mean, they do cause acne, they do cause hair loss. They make the good cholesterol go down and the bad cholesterol go up. But the life-threatening health risks, there's very little evidence to support these claims that are made over and over again.
In fact, if you look at some of the short-term studies which have been conducted, you'll see the one that gave the highest doses of testosterone to men, published in the New England Journal of Medicine, found just a few cases of acne and breast tenderness, but, quote, no other side effects were noted. And the National Institutes of Health, our own government, clearly states on its website, the incidence of life-threatening effects appears to be low.
Are you the long-term study?
I really believe I am.
That's because Bob Clapp has been routinely using anabolic steroids for more than 40 years. He will be 70 years old in July. He also says he has no health problems, showing us his recent blood tests to prove it.
Critics would point to you and Bob say, well, you're just one person. Other people could smoke for 50 years and not have emphysema or cancer.
Of all the things they pick that can be wrong with you, it's virtually impossible that I wouldn't have had one of them.
Clapp began using anabolic steroids to help him compete as a bodybuilder in the early 1960s and says he never looked back. This is Clapp in the Mr. Arizona competition at the age of 50. Yes, Bob Clapp is one of the true believers on this issue. So much so, he served 2 years in prison in the early 1990s for possession and distribution of anabolic steroids. He says the judge would have reduced his sentence had he showed any remorse for his crime. Clapp refused. These days, though, he doesn't need to break the law, because at his age he can come here, a local anti-aging clinic, one of hundreds that have recently sprung up across the country. Doctors prescribe testosterone to men with low levels of the hormone, which typically diminishes as they age.
This is 200 milligrams of testosterone.
It's called hormone replacement therapy.
Over the 40 years that you've been using, how many people do you know personally that have used anabolics?
2,500.
2,500.
That I just absolutely know. In other words, I did the following. I observed it, I injected it, I went to prison for it.
Of those 2,500, any of them have any heart, kidney, liver, health problems?
And I was able to follow through their lifetimes or up to these points, or any point thereof, none.